Well, I think this whole generation can kind of feel that there's something going on. We can feel that there's a crisis, and we're ready to do whatever we can to fix it. My name is Alec Loorz. I'm 15 years old, and I founded Kids vs. Global Warming.
Alec founded Kids vs. Global Warming at the age of 12 after seeing Al Gore's climate documentary, An Inconvenient Truth. Since then, Alec has given hundreds of presentations, spearheaded multiple global warming education projects around Ventura County, and inspired hundreds of other kids to do the same in their communities across the nation.
The global climate crisis is an issue that's going to affect our future. If we don't push our leaders to take action now, we're going to have to live with the consequences of what we failed to do.
Who specialize in global warming.
That night after I saw An Inconvenient Truth, I could just feel something changed inside of me, and something just clicked, and I knew I was being called to stop global warming within my lifetime.
The temperature gets warmer.
So I went to school the day after watching the movie, and I was kind of talking about it, and one of my best friends starts going off on how global warming isn't real, Al Gore's a psycho, it's all a hoax. So I went home that night, and I stayed up till like 2 in the morning researching all I could possibly learn about the global climate crisis, and I put together my first presentation.
Alec wrote to the organization that was training 1,000 people to give Al Gore's presentation on global warming, but was initially rejected and told he was too young.
I just kind of got to work. I created my own presentation from scratch. After I had given like 30 of my own presentations, I finally got to meet Al Gore.
He has given 30 slideshows.
So Al Gore ended up personally inviting me to his next training session in Nashville, Tennessee, and I then became the youngest trained presenter of his Inconvenient Truth presentation.
For the last few years, Alec has traveled constantly throughout California and across the country, inspiring youth to join the fight against global warming.
Well, I guess one of the main resources I give to kids is just teaching them about the climate crisis and educating them about the science in ways they can understand. I use some of the same slides as Al Gore's, but I kind of grungify some of them a little bit, just so that it's more exciting for kids to look at. I like to use videos and music and social networking so the kids are excited about learning and they're excited about getting involved. I think this whole generation can feel inside of them that there's a crisis. They just need someone to tell them that they actually can do something about it.
Stop global warming.
The more I've learned about the climate crisis, the more empowered I become to do something about it and to make real change. I saw an image on Google Earth of what Ventura would look like if the sea level rose 20 feet, and it just blew me away. I mean, half of Ventura would be underwater. I created this project called SLAP. It stands for Sea Level Awareness Project, and it's a community activism project designed to raise awareness of the issue of sea level rise. Here's the causes of global warming. Over here, there's the effects of global warming. We went to city council meetings, we worked to get the permissions, and we got all these materials donated, and we installed these 9-foot poles along the beach here in Ventura. The reaction has been extremely positive. I mean, people are finally starting to realize that we're just totally taking advantage of having this spot now, and in 100 years, it might not be here if we don't take action now. I had this idea to do a declaration of independence from fossil fuels. Now it's grown into a whole national campaign. We, the youth of America, no longer want to be governed by the fossil fuel industry. And we're going to be getting 350,000 signatures of young people and presenting it to President Obama. We demand that action be taken now. And we already have like 4,000 or 5,000 signatures already.
He found something he was passionate about and he went for it. And I think that what he can do is show other youth that, you know, they do have a voice, and if you're passionate about something, go for it.
When JFK issued his challenge that America would put a man on the moon and bring him back safely within 10 years, everyone thought that was crazy and that we could never do that. In 8 years, we had a man on the moon. And if you look at the mission control room that day, the average age of those men was 26. What we're talking about is really a global shift in the way we think about everything we do. We have all the technology and resources to do this. All it's going to take is people realizing that we need to do it now.